Dear student of Standard 10, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are fine by the grace of Allah. Today I will discuss chapter 12, lecture 4. Today our topic is the sectors of national economy and its contribution to GDP. The economy of any country is divided into several sectors. The economy of Bangladesh is divided into a total of 15 main sectors. These are agriculture and forest, fishery, mineral and excavation industry, electricity, gas and water resources, construction, wholesale and retail trade, hotel and restaurant, transport, preservation and communication, service of financial organization, real estate, rent and other businesses, public administration and defense, education, health and social service. And lastly, community, social and personal service. However, these 15 sectors can be integrated into total 5 wider sectors, and they are agriculture, industry, service, business and social service. And again, these 15 sectors can be integrated into total 5 wider sectors. So, I have told just now. So here, in the sector of agriculture, there are the sectors of agriculture and forest. In a broader sense, the resource of fishery is also included in agriculture sector. In the industrial sector, there are small, medium and large industries. However, in a broader sense, the sectors of the mineral and excavation, electricity, gas and water resources and construction are also included in industry sector. Services such as hotel and restaurant, transport, preservation and communication, service of financial organization, bank and insurance, etc. are included in service sector. Public administration and defense, education, health and social service, community, social and personal service, all these are included in the social service sector. The wholesale and retail trade and real estate, rent and other business, these two sectors fall under the domain of business sector. Now again, the 5 sectors can be integrated into 3 main sectors: agriculture sector, industry sector and service sector. Here, land and everything produced from land, crops, fruits, vegetables, forest resource, animals and fish resources are included in agriculture sector. Large scale and small scale industries, all types of construction or activities regarding mineral matters are included in industry sector. And education, health, recreation, bank, insurance, hotel, restaurant, postal, telephone, communication and transport all belong to service sector. Among the said 3 integrated sectors, industrial and business sectors tops the list of the sector wise share in or contribution to GDP in fiscal year 2016 and 17. And the contribution of industry sector and business, here contribution is 21.74. Second, wholesale and retail trade and its contribution is 14.01. And third, transport, preservation and communication sector is placed in third and its share is 11.26%. Now there is a chart That is, there are 15 sectors and their contribution. Here, agriculture and forest, the contribution is 11.12. Fisheries sector, fishery resource 3.61. Mineral and excavation 1.80. Industry, that is a small, medium and large 21.74. Electricity, gas and water 1.52. Construction 7.36. Wholesale and retail 14.01. Hotel and restaurant 0.75. Transport, preservation, communication, etc. 11.26. Service of financial organization, bank, insurance and others 3.45%. Real estate, rent and other business 6.49%. Public administration and defense 3.70%. Education 2.48%. Health and social service 1.85%. Community, social and personal service 8.87%. Okay, so in total here 100. So dear student, you will not memorize all these, just important sector you have to memorize the percentage or share this in GDP. Most important, that is agriculture, fishery, industry, education, then health and social service. Okay. Now, comparison among the GNP, GDP and per capita income of some countries. We know that the main indicator of economic development of any country is the per capita income of the people of that country. But for determining whether a country is developed, underdeveloped or developing, some other issues need to be considered in addition to per capita national income or per capita income. Like the nature of the economy, that means whether the economy is agriculture oriented or it has undergone industrialization, or rate of literacy or education rate, availability of health service to the people, whether the economy infrastructure has undergone upward development or not. That means whether transport and communication facility and the rate of capital formation and investment are in upward trend, and all these are also needed to be considered. World Bank has divided the countries of the world into three main divisions on the basis of per capita gross national income, and these are higher income country, middle income country and lower income country. Now here is a table. So here we can see that different countries are mentioned over here on the basis of the income. So here we have seen that is higher income country, middle income country. Middle income country are two types, that is upper middle income country and lower middle income country, and thirdly lower income country. Here the high income countries are recognized as developed countries. These countries have achieved this developed state because of reaching the top stage of development process, and per capita income of these countries are such that after meeting all basic needs of the people, huge amount of money remains as surplus and which is spent in forming savings and capital. These countries run further development activities with the surplus money and assist in the development programs of the developing and the underdeveloped countries. So here we can see that USA, Canada, UK, Norway, Sweden, Japan, Singapore, etc. are the higher income country, and here their per capita income start from $12,276 and above. So we can see here the per capita income of USA over here 59,531.60 US dollar. UK per capita income 39,720 US dollar. Japan per capita income here 38,428 and Singapore 57,714.30 US dollar. Now middle income countries. So here middle income countries are generally developing countries, and however the position of the upper middle income countries is developed between the two class of middle income. Okay, so here the basic needs of the people of these countries have almost been fulfilled. The countries are being industrialized rapidly, and social infrastructures like education and healthcare are undergoing upward development rapidly, and these countries have to cross a long way to reach the similar stage of the developed countries. So the range of upper middle income country here 3,976 to 12,275, and the countries which are belong to upper middle income country, these are China, Iran, Malaysia, Turkey, Thailand, Sri Lanka, up to Sri Lanka, and lower middle income country belong to India, Bangladesh, Egypt, Nigeria, Pakistan, Cambodia and Kenya. And the per capita income, the range of the lower middle income countries start from 1,006 to 3,975 US dollar. The per capita income of Bangladesh is 1,610 US dollar according to 2018. The per capita income of India is 1,940 US dollar. Okay, so now lower income country. So here the per capita income of the lower income country belongs to, that is $1,005 or below. So here Nepal and Uganda belong to lower income country. Nepal, the per capita income is 835 US dollar and Uganda 604 US dollar. So dear student, you will not memorize all the per capita income, just very important countries you have to memorize like USA, UK, Singapore, China, then India, Bangladesh, here Kenya, Nepal, Uganda. Okay. According to the World Bank report 2017, the per capita income of Bangladesh was 1,190 US dollar, and Bangladesh Economic Review of 2018 shows that in the fiscal year 2016-17 the income was, that means the per capita income was 1,610 US dollar. So dear student, from this lesson you have to memorize this contribution, that is different sectors contribution, and some important contribution from table 1 and per capita income from table 2. So today up to this everyone. Stay at your home safely. Goodbye. Thank you everyone.